For centuries, whispers of a lost Maya city have echoed through the dense jungles of Guatemala, a place not just of stone and gold, but of cosmic knowledge, a celestial observatory that held the keys to the universe as the Maya understood it. Most dismissed these tales as folklore, romantic myths spun from the mists of time. But for Dr. Julian Thorne, they were a call to adventure, a puzzle begging to be solved. For over a decade, Thorne, a brilliant but often ridiculed archaeologist, dedicated his life to this singular obsession, poring over fragmented codices and half-forgotten legends. He believed the stories were real, that somewhere, beneath the suffocating green canopy, a secret that could rewrite history was waiting. His colleagues called him a dreamer, a fool chasing shadows. But Julian knew that the greatest discoveries are often found on the fringes of belief. And so, with a worn map pieced together from a dozen disparate sources and an unshakable conviction, he ventured once more into the heart of the jungle, leaving the skeptical world behind. This time, he felt it in his bones. This time, he would find it. The Guatemalan jungle is a living, breathing entity. It's a relentless, beautiful, and utterly unforgiving world. For 3 weeks, this was Julian's reality. Every day was a battle against the suffocating humidity, the swarms of insects, and the constant, disorienting symphony of unseen creatures. His clothes were perpetually damp, his skin a patchwork of scratches and bites. He navigated by compass and the faint traces of ancient pathways, long since reclaimed by nature. He waded through murky swamps, hacked his way through walls of tangled vines, and scaled treacherous, moss-covered slopes. More than once, doubt crept in, a cold whisper in the lonely nights. Was he just another fool lost in the green hell? But then, he'd see it, a strangely carved stone, a faint depression in the earth that hinted at a long-vanished causeway. These small clues were breadcrumbs, reaffirming his path, reigniting the fire of his quest. He wasn't just wandering, he was following the ghosts of the Maya, and he could feel them leading him onward. It was on the 22nd day, as the afternoon sun began to dip, that he found it. Exhausted and ready to make camp, Julian stumbled, his boot catching on something solid beneath the leaf litter. It wasn't a root or a rock. Annoyed, he kicked at the obstruction, then froze. Brushing away the damp earth and a thick curtain of vines, he uncovered the edge of a carved stone. His heart hammered against his ribs. It was a stela, a limestone monument, standing defiant against the centuries. It was almost completely swallowed by the jungle, a silent sentinel guarding a forgotten secret. This was no random relic. Its placement, so deep and so deliberately hidden, felt significant. With trembling hands, he began to clear away the debris. Years of academic pursuit, of ridicule and solitary study, had all led to this single, electrifying moment. The jungle seemed to fall silent, as if holding its breath, waiting to see what he would uncover. Julian knew, with a certainty that chilled him to the bone, that his life was about to change forever. He worked with a feverish energy, his exhaustion forgotten. Using his brush and trowel, he gently cleared away the layers of moss and soil that clung to the stone like a shroud. As the last of the green velvet was swept away, something incredible happened. The intricate carvings, depicting serpentine figures and celestial bodies, began to emit a soft, ethereal luminescence. It wasn't a reflection. The light pulsed from within the stone itself, a cool, blue-white glow that seemed to breathe. Julian stared, utterly captivated. This was beyond archaeology. It was magic. The glowing lines weren't just decoration. They formed a pattern, a complex network of celestial pathways and constellations. At its center was a glyph he'd only ever seen in the most obscure texts, the symbol for Nine Azal, the sacred nexus. It was a map, a star map etched in living light, pointing the way to a location not marked on any modern chart. The lost celestial observatory, the heart of the Maya cosmic wisdom, wasn't just a legend. It was real. And now, he had the key. Following the glowing map on the stela was unlike any navigation Julian had ever attempted. It wasn't about north or south, but about aligning his path with specific constellations visible through breaks in the canopy, and following topographical features that mirrored the star patterns. For 2 more days, he journeyed deeper, into a part of the jungle that felt older, more primeval. The air grew still, and the usual cacophony of wildlife faded into a reverent silence. Then, he saw it. Rising from a hidden valley, wreathed in mist, were the ruins. A complex of pyramids and structures, perfectly preserved, their architecture mirroring the cosmos. It was a city built not for people, but for the stars. At its heart stood a magnificent, circular observatory, its dome open to the sky like a giant stone eye. The scale of it was breathtaking. Julian walked through the deserted plazas, his footsteps the first to echo there in 1,000 years. He felt an overwhelming sense of humility and awe. This was the place from the legends, a testament to a civilization whose understanding of the universe was far more profound than he had ever imagined. As he explored the central observatory, Julian discovered a chamber directly beneath the open dome. The walls were covered in glyphs detailing complex astronomical calculations, predicting eclipses and planetary alignments with pinpoint accuracy. In the center of the room was a dais with a series of interlocking stone rings, a kind of orrery, but far more advanced. Julian realized this device wasn't just for observation. It was a calculator, a cosmic clock. He knew from his research that a significant solar alignment, one that occurred only once every few centuries, was due. The stellar hadn't just given him a map, it had given him a deadline. As the sun began to set on the horizon, he noticed it was aligning perfectly with a narrow aperture in the observatory wall. A single beam of golden light pierced the gloom of the chamber, striking the central dais. This was it, the moment the legends foretold. The unlocking. The beam of sunlight hit a crystal embedded in the stone orrery, and the entire chamber came alive. The light refracted, splitting into a dazzling web that illuminated hidden glyphs on the floor. The stone rings on the dais began to turn, rotating silently into a new configuration. The glowing pattern shifted, forming a new, three-dimensional star chart that hovered in the air above the dais. It depicted not just the solar system, but the entire galaxy, and showed the Earth's path through it over millennia. Julian finally understood. The famous Maya long count calendar wasn't just a measure of time. It was a measure of a vast, cyclical cosmic journey. The so-called end date that had caused so much modern panic wasn't an apocalypse. It was simply the end of one great cycle and the beginning of another, a celestial reset point. The Maya hadn't predicted the end of the world. They had charted the rhythm of the universe itself. Standing in the heart of the ancient observatory, bathed in the light of a 1,000-year-old secret, Julian was overwhelmed. He wasn't just an archaeologist anymore. He was a witness. He had validated the legends, vindicated his life's work, and uncovered a truth that would reshape our understanding of ancient history and our place in the cosmos. The Maya were not just primitive skygazers. They were master astronomers, mathematicians, and philosophers whose knowledge was encoded in stone and light. Their legacy wasn't one of doom, but of incredible wisdom, of a deep and harmonious connection with the universe. As the sun finally set and the light in the chamber faded, Julian Thorne knew his journey was far from over. His discovery was not an ending, but a beginning. Now, he had the monumental task of sharing this profound knowledge with a world that had long since forgotten how to look up and wonder at the stars. The secret of the celestial observatory was safe with him, and through him, it would finally be shared. What Julian found in that hidden valley challenges everything we thought we knew about the past. It's a powerful reminder that there are still so many secrets buried beneath our feet, waiting for someone with the courage to look for them. The story of the Maya isn't just about pyramids and calendars. It's about a deep, enduring human quest to understand our place in the vastness of the cosmos. It teaches us that some of the greatest truths are not found in our modern labs, but are whispered to us from the ancient world if we only take the time to listen. This journey into the heart of the jungle was more than an expedition. It was a bridge across time, connecting our world to a lost legacy of cosmic wisdom. Thanks for watching our exploration into this incredible story. If you love tales of adventure and discovery, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. We'll see you on the next one.